me feeling like a firebolt high in the sky, looking like a thunderstorm. Oh, here we go, 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 go. You're easy to remember, so hard to forget. Baby, it's a coward way you strut. How could I not worship every inch your feet have touched? Baby, run away with me. You kill it lonely. You make my eyes unsee. All the crazy. You make my heart believe there's only one of you, baby. Run away with me. Don't leave me lonely. You make my eyes unsee. All the crazy. You make my heart believe. There's no more clouds on the freeway. Now tell me you'll stay. Gonna now last someday. Here we go, go, go. Rose bed, fancy hotels, girl, you know. Baby, run away with me. You kill it lonely. You make my eyes unsee. All the crazy. You make my heart believe there's only one of you, baby. Run away with me. Don't leave me lonely. You make my eyes unsee. All the crazy. You make my heart believe. And we'll stay in bed all day. Make love in every way. Baby, run away with me. You kill the lonely. You make my eyes unsee. All the crazy. You make my heart believe. Oh, baby, run away with me. Don't leave me lonely. You make my eyes unsee. All the crazy. You make my heart believe. You make my heart believe. Run away with me. You kill the lonely. You make my eyes unsee. All the crazy. You make my heart believe. Baby, run away with me. Don't leave me lonely. You make my eyes unsee. All the crazy. You make my heart believe.
So as you saw in the time lapse, I prepped the filler primer and wet sanded it with 600 grit, and then I laid down the color. One thing about laying down color that you don't see in the primer is you can tell your imperfections, and I got a few. There's no doubt I've got a few. You can probably spot them yourself. Could have done a better job of feathering in the paint, or excuse me, the Bondo in a few places, but it is what it is. So I got the first coat of clear gloss on it now. 2 more coats to go, and then we'll see what she looks like. Okay, I have the third coat of clear gloss, and I just thought I would go through some of the materials I'm using. Look, I am just an amateur, so I'm using an HLVP, and this was at the time Harbor Freight's most expensive gun, or mid-range gun. It's got a 1.4 tip on it, I believe, 1.5, something like that, which is good for shooting most anything. I know that a lot of people like to use different tips for different applications. For example, if you're shooting an etching primer, your first primer coat on bare metal, some people, and even for metallic colors, they like to go to it with a higher tip. It's one thing I wish Harbor Freight would do, is sell different sized tips for different sized applications. I don't know why they don't. If they did, then I would invest in it. But I started out doing this on the Yellow Rose, and I did this on my own as just a way to restore something and learn. I didn't, and I wasn't looking for showroom quality. And I was learning as I was going, so I wasn't very good at what I did. And you know, let me just show you what I mean. You know, I've got here, right here, I've got rust coming through this again, so I'm gonna have to cut all this out and redo this section right here. But for the most part, everything else is good. I've got some sags here and there. I've got some orange peel going on. Mostly what I did is I did it just for myself. Oh, one other thing. I used, for the first time, I used the Spectrum system, where you use those soft little shells with the caps on it, and then plug it into the gun and then twist it. They make an adapter for the Harbor Freight system. Now, I'm going to tell you, the Harbor Freight gun is good. Is it the best? Probably not. But could you get a good result out of it? The answer to that is absolutely. I think you can. So any imperfections are on me. Totally me. Nobody else. So that's what I got going on here. This is drying now, the gloss. Amazingly enough, this is probably the first time I've ever shot anything without sags. I had a ton of sags on the Yellow Rose, and on this one I do not. But is it perfect? No. I'm gonna say no. But does it do the job for my purposes? Remember, this was all rusted out on this side, there, and on the tail here. This obviously is going to be Pacific green, so when I shoot this, that'll come to life. This whole end here was totally rotted out, and then I really didn't have any rotting out until this end. So anyway, it's drying. I will take it off, the paper off, probably late today after it thoroughly dries, and then we'll start buffing down with 320, scuffing up the exterior. I already did the hood, and I already did the top up there. That's all been buffed out. This has all been buffed out to get this sort of this top coat flake off, and I primed a little bare spot here. So anyway, that's what's going on. And we'll flip the tape around, which will create a little dam on the other side. I'm not as worried about that. I would be, but there's a wide, as you saw, a wide pinstripe tape that comes. Even from the factory, by the way, those lines didn't light up, and there was an edge to it. But this is it right here. You can see it. This is exactly what the all Eddie Bauer models had. It's a 5-stripe line, and that covers the seam. And then it also covered up mistakes that came from the factory because the lines didn't line up. For example, I mean, you can see it on some of this. Let me see here if I can. Yeah, so right here, the tape here ends at the bottom of where their paint, where the Pacific green met the tan or gold, metallic gold. And here you can see it's a good 1/8 of an inch up that way. And so what they did is they laid the tape across, and that made it seem uniform. So yeah, I'll be doing the same thing. But I just taped the lines where they had the lines taped, or where they left the lines off. Probably could have straightened it out, but I didn't. So anyway, onward and upward. I'm probably going to have to take care of the Yellow Rose. That little corner is going to have to be cut out, and I don't know what I'm getting into with that. It has me a little bit worried. Rust never sleeps, you know. So I'm going to probably wire wheel that off. I still have extra paint. Hopefully it's still good, and I still have single shot paint. So hopefully I can get that off. I'm going to cut a lot of that metal out. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet. because they only sell the whole fender. They don't sell just the edge there. But obviously, I need to get shit out of that edge. So I'm going to have to cut a bit on that one. And I'll figure it out. I might be able to use some of these end caps here. They sell these pieces here, these ends. And it's basically the same size as the front. At least I could splice one in up here, I think, and get this done and put this thing to bed forever. Nothing's forever, is it? But at least put it to bed, and we'll see. So anyway, that's it on this. This is drying. I have to say, I've never done a base coat and then clear coat over it. I've usually only shot single stage. So this was a learning experience. And my gun was leaking. I don't know if you could see that in the time lapse, but my gun was leaking, and that was because my spring wasn't in there. Stupid move by me. I just totally spaced it off and forgot. But the paint went down okay. It really didn't go down okay as well on this side as it did on the other side. I think something of that had to do with the sun that had just come out in the early morning and had already started heating up the sheet metal. So, but anyway, is it good enough for me? The answer to that is yes. Did I learn a lesson? Always. All right. Anyway, hang loose. See you later.